This is Zichru Simanim Baba Basra Dav Kuf Chav Hey. Kuf Chav Hey 125 is going to be reminiscent of $1.25, a buck 25. Now, once we say a buck 25, it brings up money, which should bring up the contrast between cash and land. And that's going to be point number one, which is that the Bachar, when it comes to land, as you see in this wonderful picture, land, he's going to get Pishnayim. But when it comes to the buck 25, Dav Kuf Chav Hey, he's not going to get the Pishnayim. Now, the Bachar over here is telling the person that owed him money that he wants that his property should go to the cute little bubby here sitting at the table, and then to his heir, then to his yarshim. See, bubby here sitting at the table, that the Bachar wants the property should go to her first. That's point number two, the whole story of the Safta, which we'll talk about. And point number three is you see this little sidebar on the right side is the din of Rav Huna, that the son is saying, the son that married the daughter of that Safta, the granddaughter, that when you say it's going to go afterwards, it's like me'achshav. So we have Dav Kuf Chavei, this buck 25, reminding us buck 25, but not something else. Not the karka. The Bachar gets Pishnayim in the karka, but not in the buck 25. The Bachar over here is talking about the fact that he wants his bubby to get the properties after he dies and then to his yarshim. And then we have this sidebar of Kol Omer Acharecha K'Omer Me'achshav Dami. So now we dive a little bit deeper. And we have the difference between karka and money. Point number one, the difference between the buck 25 and the karka. And this brings us back to the discussion of what is called ra'ui. So we have a machlekes. Rabbah comes along and says, if you get karka, Bachar gets pishnayim. If you get ma'is, Bachar does not get pishnayim. Why? Because karka is mishubit. Rav Nachman disagrees and he says that mamish afoch, the exact opposite. If it's money, you yes get pishnayim. If it's land, you do not get bishnayim. Rabbah comes along and Rabbah says, Mimonashach, I don't understand. If yeah, you have, no. Why would one you get? Why would one you not get? He doesn't really understand the either opinion over here. Rabbah says, you're right. Both he and Rav Nachman are just explaining the name of Rava, who says that the Bachar is going to get bishnayim by a halva, but they hold you do not. So that's point number one. That's the chilik between the pishnayim that will be gotten by the land, according to Rabbah, and not by the ma'is. Number two is that the Bachar is saying that he wants the lands to go over to his Safta and then to his Yarshim. That's the story of Ahu Safta. We have the picture of the Safta sitting at the table. As one says, Nichse Safta Brata Liartai, Ubasra, Liartai. First to the grandma and then to my heirs. And the story was he had a married daughter who she died first. Then the grandmother dies, and the question is, so he said it goes to my grandmother, and afterwards to my Yarshim. So the daughter's husband comes to get the properties. So Rav Huna says, was liartai means my, which means even the arti yartai. Whereas Rav Anan disagrees. He says liartai only means my heir, but not to the Yarshim of the Yarshim, and that was the machlokes. Finally, we have Rav Huna comes along, and Rav Huna says that because it's as if the land is transferred over right now. The Bnei Marava disagree with this point. So we have Dav Kuf Chav Hey, which again, 125, a buck 25, reminding us of the difference of the cash versus the land. That machlokes, that Rabbah says the land the Bachar does get Ishnayim, but the buck 25 he does not. The Bachar is saying the story with Ahu Safta, he wanted to go to Babi, and only then to the Yarshim. And finally, the din of Rav Yehuna, Kol Mer Achrecha K'Omer Me'achshav Dami, Kuf Chavei, a buck 25.